Okay, we're on 7-11, and Malzahar is going to come out here.
Okay, so this pick right now is all about the push.
Just back off in time. And Kuro's coming up here. He is 6. Going to lock down Faker into the cocoon. This might be our first kill of the game. First blood does go over to Marin. And there's more where that's coming from. The flag and drag. That's going to be 2 kills now going over to Afreeca. Just lay down that deep vision in the red side. And okay, Faker's going to get locked up again. The flag and drag, he does flash, but there's the Cataclysm. Will there be a follow-up? Tanky is the Galio, but he will go down in the end. And that's Faker now at Owen.
She's one of the strongest threats in the game. It's a great pick and solo too for that.
Oh, look at this. Kuro turning it around. The heroic entrance, but Peanut, he's ticking down. That's going to be another kill going over to Afreeca off the back of an outplay there by Kuro onto Peanut. Now look at this, coming up is Tushin and Kramer. Faker in a really bad spot. Nice taunt, but he will go down again. 0-3 is the Faker. Cataclysm comes down onto Wolf. No flash onto this Lulu, and SKT is here for SKT. They do not see this one coming. Peanut gonna get locked down, and nothing can save him at this point. That's going to be our resident Lee Sin going down. Okay. I mean, we've seen some bad Rift Earls, but hold that thought. Huni getting away with the hook shot for now, but we do have the Abyssal Voyage coming in with Kuro. A flash away from Huni, and Kuro, he's coming in. The hook shot, though. Here comes Spirit from the left side. There is the cocoon into the blasting cone, and that's going to do it. Finally, they pick up this Huni, who is running away from
Camille is just still pushing to the mid lane. They don't want to fight this for any reason. They're not prompting Afreeca to go for a dive without any range. They're just giving up an inhibitor turret for free, and Afreeca just fully flexing in front of SKT, and they're not taking any chances.
SKT saying, okay, you can have this objective. Yeah, with the Mountain Drake, look at how much damage that Baron takes. That is unbelievable. No steal from Faker, although he does get a 4-man taunt. This might be their one time. Tushin taking a lot of damage to gray health, though. Faker still alive, gets another gigantic taunt, and SKT looking to take this game back. We'll see if they can do it. They're 3 kills already. There's going to be the 4th. Kuro still on the run. The last member left with that Baron, and here comes Huni. There's the ace from SKT.
Are you serious?
Definitely gave themselves a chance in this one. They still are behind. Okay, we got another engage coming in here. The heroic entrance as one member. Looks like Huni was locked up for a very long time. Now Ben getting pretty low. This time Faker gets another big taunt, but now Marin going into the back line looking for those carries, but the polymorph for so long. These 2 big tanks going 1v4 for so long. And it looks like at the end of it all, Afreeca will come out on top. Huni did have his Guardian Angel pop.
Try to keep him alive as long as possible. He does get that final auto in the end, and now Afreeca will be able to walk away with the same inhibitor they cracked down earlier, but this will only mean an inhibitor. How they play the peel against Marin. Immediate knockup, immediate Hexic Ultimatum into the flash, the trap, just everything but Bang oversteps. It's a little too greedy and does end up getting taken out by the Cataclysm.
Look at this, Huni trying to escape again. Will not happen as Kuro locks him down with that same time to survive. But look at this in the bot lane. Huni looking to take that inhibitor turret.
It matters in his late game fights.
Faker does have his
Here's
flash.
the TP.
Okay, the TP coming on in. And Marin looking for the big 3-man knockup. Bang will be safe in the back line. But look at that, Faker with no support. Nobody able to get close enough. He will go down. Right now it is 5 versus 4. Now Huni is the target. Will eat up Marin, but
in a 1v5, it's that Nethergrass that takes out your Galio immediately, but they're not going to give this Elder without a fight. Marin's in position, and there is Abyssal Voyage.
Oh, they're coming on in. Look at Bang in the back. Will he get taken out? Yes, he will. The Cataclysm does take him down in the end. And SKT, they're looking for something in this game, but Afreeca doesn't want to give them anything. Now Huni will have his GA popped. There's no support for him. Wolf will eventually go down. And with the death timer so long, Afreeca could look to end this game.
That has to be it. They don't have the wave clear. Caitlyn's not there. It's the only person they have to respect. Afreeca surely will finish the game here.
Wow, look at that. This game, it's been flipped over so many times, going from one direction to the other, but Afreeca sticking in it. As I was complimenting SKT in the beginning here. Now Faker trying to go 1v4 again on this Galio with the help of Peanut. See if they can do that, but Marin's coming back, and Faker will be taken out. With only Peanut left alone, it looks like that will be game number 1, going over to the Afreeca Freaks.
Could this be it? Have we been liberated from Afreeca's inconsistency, and they've found their traction against SKT? Our minion wave as the game goes on, but we've seen the builds that Faker goes for on Karma, and most of them do. It's quite supportive with Athene's Holy Grail. Why won't they do this?
Maybe they will, after your suggestion. Trying to get on top of Faker here. Blank eating a bunch of damage, and there's the Q, forcing that flash away, and there's that Dragon's Rage. Perfect play there by Blank, making up for his mistake, but he gets knocked into the wall by the cast. Afreeca looking to turn this back, and Marin, oh, the Chain of Corruption.
Magic damage. Even Varus packs his fair share of magic damage with his Blood Quiver.
Uh-oh, Spirit in a lot of trouble. Coming in with the Weaver's Wall here is Kuro, trying to go for the save, knocking back Blank, but will not save the life of his jungler. Just our boy Blank looking to show Peanut who's the better Lee Sin. Can they lock down Kuro? There's the knockup. Easy peasy. Another wasted TP though from SK.
Or Wolf are rotating topside to try to take down this tower.
Tether does not land.
Oh, he's
look
gonna
at the damage.
Get so dove if he doesn't get out of there.
Oh, but look at this counter engage here from Afreeca. They find Blank and Wolf in the jungle. Both of them forced to get out of there. But here comes the Weaver's Wall, and Marin up in the top lane, able to teleport in. It looks like this should be a kill onto Faker, who misses his flash and cannot pick up the Takuro.
The fail
Baron,
flash.
that's the Scuttle Crab in the lower river, and the ward does come down, a TP in from one of the members. It looks like Huntara. They're looking to, huge burst damage out of Faker on a lot of these members. Faker in the back line trying to get that kill, but he will be taken out. That's 2 kills going over to SKT. Now Kuro in the back line looking to get onto Wolf here, who's all alone. Blank getting to the party a little bit too late. Looks like maybe Wolf gets taken out. Yes, he will. On the back of that 3-2 rather is getting. And the next push should do it.
One more wave and
Whoa, okay, Banks going on it. He catches Kuro, and this...
Holy crap, he just flew like a jet. So with position in either setting up later or going up for the Baron. Wow, what a jump.
There it is, Faker. He's farming so well. You can see that damage that he offers. Now it's Marin versus the world. Trying to get onto this blasting plan. He will jump over. Can his team actually help him out? Doesn't look like it. Blank comes through again with another 4v5 without Marin, without a significant portion of their engage.
Nay.
Crumbs channeling his inner horse. Says,
oh, it's going down so quick.
Getting the big zoom out here. Can Spirit come in and steal it is really the question. They're going to turn on Marin, though. That Featherstorm will be enough. Rather, not the Featherstorm, but he does get locked down. No steal from Spirit. That will be locked up for Bang. Not going to miss the smite on this one. And now Blank trying to get onto Marin. Very, very low down there in the bottom lane. Can he actually survive? The Flag and Drag will be enough. And so SKT picks up Elder Drake and the kill.
And the disjoint with a mixture of scaling and flat magic resistance, meaning that the late game will be even stronger.
Too much pressure in every single lane right now from SKT. They'll take down mid inhibitor, looking towards the bottom as the 3rd inhibitor turret goes down. And Tara in the top lane is pushing by himself. Look at that chunk damage onto Tushin right now. Faker's farmed out of his mind. Looks like maybe they can save this inhibitor.
Oh, there's no chance here. They just don't have enough damage. This is exactly why I was talking about I didn't like the Taliyah pick.
Yeah, Chain of Corruption here and the lockdown from the Zyra, but Redemption, the shields, the heals, and Antara looks unstoppable. Marin coming from the mid lane was able to TP in, looking for a counter engage here. Bang is way up in the front.
Fighting against Elder.
Yeah, and here comes that wall. Doesn't really do all too much. Big cast. Bang is able to dodge that, though, with the Featherstorm. Will lock up the Marin, who's able to jump away. But this time, Untara will be taken out by Kuro. And still on the chase here is Afreeca. But, oh, man, Spirit just disappears. That chunking damage from the Karma. In comes Blank, and he's going to find Kuro. Once again, he'll trade his life. But that is a lot of wave clear taken away from Afreeca. And this is the fight that will just never end, as both teams still sticking around.
Baron is still an objective. If they win a fight, they can get a big bonus out of all this. Q does miss, but they're fighting against an Elder Dragon. Many cooldowns from SKT had been used, and Marin just seems to not find a way around Unbreakable.
It's all about the bot lane for Afreeca, but Tushin just almost dies from one Mantra Q at this point, and they have to give it away. So no inhibitors left. Those Nexus turrets getting lower and lower. Still 2 minutes left on the Baron as SKT looking to close this one out.
Good cooldown there from Marin to trade for Bang's ultimate. He does have Body Slam Flash, but there's no damage to follow up on any of this.
you would essentially have to catch Bang. And even then, you got Faker in the backline. And look at all that damage. They're going to be jumping on in now, looking to end this game. The big knockup from the Braum. Trying to find some still alive in the back with so little health. Spirit as well. As SKT pushing on in, those minions getting to work on the Nexus. This is going to be all tied up 1-1.
SKT coming back with a vengeance, but I gotta say, this looks like the woe. Without it, it's gonna be the victor instead. Wave clear for days.
Yeah, you can just chill mid against that Orianna. We've seen solo kills before. Okay, but looking for something
Flash
here onto Faker. He does have his flash still. There's the Abyssal Voyage too. Oh, and he gets the Cocoon. Spirit able to line that up. Showing up big this time on the Elise. Picks up. Definitely massive there. Faker not even using his flash. Okay, we got a fight up here in the top lane. Extremely close. Untara looks like he has the advantage, but the rest of the team of Afreeca able to rotate up into the top lane. There's that repel onto Untara. Spirit with another kill on his Elise.
Pushing. That's the last thing you want to see.
Okay, they're looking to trade a kill here onto Bang for that turret. Kuro is here too. And Kramer coming on in. They will give that kill over to Kuro, who is trying to chase after Rolf here with the help of Tushin. Meanwhile, SKT just pushing the mid lane, looking to get a second turret for this trade.
Good response there. At least they get the mid-tier one. This is what happens when Kuro leaves the lane to go for a gank.
Oh, a huge trade up in the top lane. So close, but Untara with the stun in the end. They're getting that extra gold overall. And uh-oh, Spirit caught out once again in the by himself. Kidnap is not going to be on time as a repel comes down, but a perfect shockwave from Faker will finish off that kill. Now Tushin on the run. No Fate's calling this time around, but will get away. Bang trying to go deep against Kuro, taking a bit of damage himself, but will survive. Trading back and forth. Here's Blank tanking up that turret, and that will be enough to take him out. So 2 kills going over the side of SKT, and Marin can't seem to deal with this Camille in the bot lane.
Well, he keeps poised to look for a collapse, but Camille is so strong after winning that 1v1, and SKT respond with a Baron right away. What's Afreeca going to do about this? They have Marin capable of teleporting in if they need it. Faker does have, but I think SKT is strong enough to turn if they want.
Yep. The members of SKT are pretty low, but at the same time, Afreeca decides to go on to the Camille.
They just have no vision.
Yeah, they can't go to the Baron, so they decide to go for that. Is a very low inhibitor, and SKT has another really strong push into the bot lane. Afreeca just being torn apart, and you said the T word, you said tilt. It's looking a little bit like it. It's lack of consistency, and it seems like they've just fallen apart into the mid game and SKT things.
2 inhibitors going down, and I have to think that the big turning point for this game was when they went for the Abyssal Voyage dive onto the bottom side, where Kuro left the mid lane and lost control, and once that mid lane turret went down, it was all over.
Yeah, Blank coming on in, gonna smack 2 heads together. Kidnap doesn't get anyone, but Tushin popping out, it looks like. Going to be dropped down here is extremely tanky. Marin trying to lock them in turret range. It's not going to work. Bang with a triple kill on the back of it. Faker picking up 1 for himself. And finally we see that Zac passive come through as SKT looking to end this one.
They're the ultimate Cinderella story every time. Pumpkin at midnight. You want to love them.
You want to love them. They looked so good in game 1, but not going to happen. Another kill comes down, and the death timers are too long. That's going to be game number 3 going to SKT, who get another 2-1 victory.
And Blank remains undefeated. Still the kingpin of SKT.